You've spent years giving everything to people who gave you almost nothing back. You were the one who checked in first, apologized first, tried harder, cared more. And no matter how much you gave, the dynamic never balanced out. But here's what nobody tells you. The imbalance wasn't an accident. Most people think the person who cares more is the stronger one, the more devoted one, the one who loves better. The truth is darker than that. In almost every relationship, romantic, friendship, professional, the person who cares less holds more power. Not because they're smarter, because the person who needs the relationship less is the only one who can walk away from it. And the one who can walk away controls every single moment of the one who can't. And that's good news, because the moment you understand this invisible mechanism, you stop blaming yourself for the imbalance. It was never about how lovable you were. It was about who needed who more. And you handed that information over freely, without realizing what you were giving away. The man who needs no one to stay is the only man no one can control. Here are 5 brutal truths about why the person who cares less controls the relationship. Truth 1. Availability without scarcity destroys perceived value. You were always there. Replied fast, rearranged your schedule, never said no. You made yourself the most reliable, most accessible person in their life. And somehow that made them value you less, not more. You gave more than anyone else ever had, and got treated worse than people who gave almost nothing. You taught them, through consistent, unbroken availability, that your presence had no cost. Human beings naturally protect what feels limited and overlook what feels guaranteed. You didn't lose their respect because you were too loving. You lost it because your love came with no conditions, no edges, no possibility of ever being withdrawn. Which means the man who is occasionally unavailable, who has somewhere to be, a life that doesn't pause for anyone, is the man people instinctively treat with more care. Truth 2. The one who invests more negotiates from weakness. You planned more, remembered more, put in more effort to make things work. And in return, you accepted less, because accepting less felt better than losing them entirely. You spent months negotiating against yourself, lowering the price of your own company just to keep someone at the table. High investment without reciprocity doesn't create loyalty. It creates entitlement. The more you gave without requiring anything in return, the more natural it felt to them to take. The man who accepts less over time trains the people around him to offer less, not out of malice, out of the natural human tendency to push until something pushes back, which means holding a standard and enforcing it quietly without explanation is the only language that recalibrates how people treat you. Truth 3. Whoever breaks the silence first reveals their dependence. Something is wrong between you and someone you care about. The tension is sitting there, unspoken, and you break first. You send the message, "Hey, are we okay?" You initiated the repair before they even acknowledged there was damage. The moment you reached out first, you revealed the scorecard, and it showed that their silence bothered you more than your feelings bothered them. You didn't just start a conversation, you handed them leverage. Now they know that silence is a tool they can use on you whenever they need to rebalance the dynamic in their favor. The person who tolerates discomfort longer controls how the discomfort ends. The person who can sit with tension the longest wins the negotiation without saying a single word, which means the most powerful response to tension is sometimes no response at all. Not out of cruelty, but because the man who doesn't panic in silence can never be controlled by it. Truth 4. Emotional transparency, too early hands over all control. You told them how you felt. Clearly, early. You let them see exactly how much they meant to you before they had earned that information. It felt honest. It felt brave. Shortly after, the dynamic shifted. They became slightly less available, slightly less eager. The certainty you gave them quietly removed the one thing that kept them invested. Emotional transparency feels like intimacy, but timed too early it functions like surrender. You revealed the full hand before the game was halfway through. The moment someone is certain they can't lose you, they stop fearing they might. And that fear was doing more work in the relationship than you realized. Which means the unreadable man, not cold, not dishonest, simply measured, holds attention longer than the man who made his feelings completely visible on day one. Truth 5. The one who fears losing the relationship can always be controlled. You've stayed too long in situations that didn't serve you, accepted behavior you knew was wrong, told yourself it would improve, and underneath all of it was one quiet fear, that if you pushed back, they'd leave. That fear didn't protect the relationship. It handed someone a lever permanently installed in your chest, and some people pulled it whenever they needed you to comply. The fear of loss is only powerful when the other person can sense it. The dynamic shifts the moment someone realizes you need this more than they do. The man who is genuinely prepared to walk away, not as a threat, not as manipulation, but as a quiet internal truth, cannot be controlled through the fear of loss, because the fear doesn't exist in him, which means the most powerful position in any relationship is the absolute private knowledge that you will remain whole, whether this person stays or not. But here's what this creates. When you start carrying yourself this way, when you stop over-investing in people who under-invest in you, stop breaking silences that aren't yours to fix, stop making your emotional state someone else's responsibility, some people will feel the shift and pull away. Let them. They were only comfortable when the dynamic favored them. The right people will respond differently. They'll show up more deliberately, invest more carefully, because for the first time, they're not certain they have you. Power was never about making people stay. It was about knowing you'll still be whole if they leave. In our next video, we go even deeper into the invisible pattern beneath all of this. Why no matter how many times you get burned, you keep ending up in the same dynamic, with the same kind of person, feeling the same kind of invisible. That's why you keep attracting people who don't value you. You won't want to miss it.